Hello guys, welcome to calculus class. And this time I will go over this entire review. And there's another review that you should do after this, so make sure you do it. And there is a free response questions, which I will give you that test exactly as it is, although you have one more. So make sure you do that one, okay? So let's do this one. This one says like find the derivative, right? So we have h of x, and looks like this one is gonna be the chain rule because we have a squared here, okay? So remember, this one is same thing as cosine of 4x, entire thing, squared. It's the same thing, okay? So if you're not used to this one, just think about this. So if you find derivative, because question says find derivative, so it comes first. So 2 cosine of minus 1 is 1. So I'm not going to write anything. 4x times, do you see I dealt with this one? So now I have to deal with the inside, which is cosine. So what's the derivative of cosine? Negative sine of 4x times, we're not done. We still have to do derivative of 4x, which is 4. So when you simplify, we have to deal with a 2 times negative times 4. So it's going to be negative 8 cosine of 4x times sine of 4x. I think it's better for me to put parentheses like this. And that's it. Question number 2. What about natural log? So when you derive it, obviously for derivative of natural log is 1 over square root of x plus 3 times derivative of bottom. So you have to remember the, what's it called, square root, which you're going to get 1 over 2 square root of x plus 3 times derivative of times. I still have to write derivative of this, but that's going to be just once, which does not change anything else. So what is it going to be? 1 over 2. Do you see square root of x plus 3 times square root of x plus 3? This is going to be x plus 3. And that's it. So, you can write it as 2x plus 6. And here, if you don't know what I just did, think about this. What's the square root of 2 times square root of 2? 2. What's the square root of x plus 1 times square root of x plus 1? X plus 1. So if you think about that, that should not be difficult to understand, okay? So I just multiply the bottom. And top number, I don't care because the 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. Looks like this one is going to be the implicit differentiation. So do you see we're going to drive it in terms of x? So let's see if we can do this. So I'm going to drive all this in terms of x. So derivative of x squared is going to be 2x plus derivative of 2y to the 5th power is going to be 10y to the 4th power times, let's put dy dx instead of y prime for some of y'all. And derivative of this is going to be chain rule. So the first one is going to be 10x. Derivative of 10x, no, product rule. Derivative of 10x is going to be 10 times y plus derivative of y is going to be dy dx times 10x. Here we go. And as you know, we have to solve for dy dx. So this time I'm going to move this one to here, and then I'm going to move this one to here. So what I'm going to do is minus 2x. Let me use different color. Minus 2x both sides. I got nothing to do it. And minus, 10x dy dx both sides. So let's do one by one. These two disappear. So I will write negative 10x dy dx plus 10y to the 4th power dy dx equals So I just crossed this one out. I just wrote this one like this, okay? Negative 2x plus 10y. I just copied this one down. And this to disappear, as you can see. Well, if you were not sure where I got 10x this one, I just put this one here first, okay? And as you can see, we can factor out dy dx, right? So I'm gonna factor out dy dx, and I have negative 10x plus 10y to the fourth power is equal to negative 2x plus 10y. And if we divide by this, I will have dy dx equals negative 2x plus 10y over negative 10x plus 10y to the fourth power. That's what I get. And after this, only thing that really kind of matters is gonna be the fact simplifying. You know, every single one of them is divisible by 2 or negative 2, whichever you want. So if I divide by 2, I can just do, this is gonna be 1, this is gonna be 5, this is gonna be 5, this is gonna be 5. So you can write negative x plus 5y over negative 5x plus 5y to the fourth power. There's a one way that I can write this, or I can switch the order, like 5y minus x over 5y minus 5x, like this. There's so many ways that fourth power. There's so many ways that you can do it. So, but if it was a free response, leaving it like this is okay as well. But if it is multiple choice, you have to know how to simplify like this, okay? Now, what about inverse of this one? So first, you have to memorize the formula, as you know. So it's gonna be y prime is gonna be, so that's a start with a c, so I should put negative. Now, what's the as I said, you gotta put derivative of the top, which is gonna be 3x squared, but eventually you're gonna end up having this one left over. But let me do this one. 3x squared, absolute value of x to the third power, and then square root of, what's the square of this one? It's gonna be x to the sixth power minus 1. And as I said, this can be simplified, so you will only have 3 left over on the top. In the bottom, you will have absolute value of x with x to the sixth power minus 1. So you don't really necessarily have to do this step. If I were you, I'm not gonna even bother myself. I will just write absolute value of x, and the top you will just have the degree of this one. Does not really matter what kind of number you have here, because it will be canceled out at this step. Okay, so you will just have put degree 3 right here. Okay, so that's it from the question number 1 to the 4. And here now questions asking, do you see these two are inverse to each other? So keep that in mind. And you want to find g prime. So g of x is f inverse of x. That is what is given to us here. And what we want to find is g prime of negative 1, which you're going to get 1 over, by formula it's going to be f prime parenthesis f inverse of negative 1. So let's do one by one. F inverse of negative 1. We gotta find negative 1 from y value of f. So do you see this one? Because it's inverse. So 6 is gonna be our inverse. So this is gonna be 6. And f prime of 6 is equal to 3. So this whole thing in the bottom is gonna be 3. All right, I hope it makes sense. What about this one? Same thing. You want to find g prime, so it's gonna be 1 over f prime f inverse of negative 3. Let's see if we can find negative 3. Oh my goodness. We can't. So yeah. You know what? In that case, we actually have to solve something. Because I cannot find something. First, I have to, I guess, derive this one. Otherwise, because there's not many things that I can do. So let me put this one aside. So do you see? We want to find -3. So what you really need to do is f inverse of -3 is you gotta put this number for this. This this is an x value, right? So that's gonna be the that should be the y value. That's where you should find. So you gotta set this one equal to each other. So it's gonna be -3 equals x to the third power plus 3x plus 1. And then you have to solve for it. I'm not even sure if it is even possible to, because yeah, let's do it, because this one does not really give us anything else. So oh, never mind. It gives us. Do you see they are inverse to each other already? Do you see -3? G value is -1. Oh, never mind. It gives us. So you're gonna get -1. So I mean, even if you do this one, yeah, you will get it eventually anyways, because you're gonna get -4 is equal to x to the third power plus 3x. -4 is equal to x. X squared plus 3. And then after that, if you use like quadratic formula or whatever you want, then you're gonna get -1. But here, these two are inverse to each other, but they already gave it to us. So you are gonna get f inverse of like -3 is equal to -1. It's already given to us here. Oh, so thanks God. We don't really have to solve it. So this, we already got. It's gonna be the same thing as, since we already know this, we already have 1 over f prime. So we already know f inverse of -3 is equal to -1. So I'm gonna put -1. Do you see? We gotta find f in prime. So we gotta do derivative. So derivative of this one is gonna be 3x squared plus 3. Now I gotta plug in -1. 3 -1 squared plus 3, which you are gonna get 6. So this is equal to 1 over 6, because this is 6. All right, I'm done with the first page. There's nothing special. Let's see if I can do. No, this one will take some time. So that's it for this video. All right.